Hey everyone, Camron here, and today I'm excited to share with you my experience marketing my indie game. It's a game changer at conventions and through Steam and Next Fest. Whether you're an indie dev or just curious about game development, this is going to be a behind-the-scenes look at what it's like to get your game in front of real players. Conventions are a great opportunity to show off your game and get real-time feedback from potential players. But why did I choose to market my game at conventions like FanX? Well, for one, conventions allow you to create direct connections with players. You can see how they react when they play, and there's a unique energy that comes from face-to-face interactions. Plus, I wanted to get my game into the hands of people who love games and are looking for something new. I brought It's a Game Changer to FanX because I thought this crowd would be the perfect place to find a bunch of awesome playtesters. And let me tell you, getting feedback in person is way better than online. Watching someone play your game live is very different from reading comments online. You get to see where they get stuck, what excites them, even what they find confusing. You can physically see the interest in the game either brighten or fade as they play your game. So how did it go? Honestly, I think it went really well. People were really excited about It's a Game Changer. I had a bunch of people try it out, and the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. There were a couple people who come by and play for an hour or so, which was great to see. Some loved the unique microgame structure, and others had suggestions that I hadn't really thought of. Of course, there were challenges too. Not everything went as smoothly as I hoped. There were moments where players got confused with certain mechanics, and some of the UI wasn't as intuitive as I thought it would be. But that's the beauty of events like this. It's all about learning. Luckily, because I was running the game in project, I was able to make changes to the game live at the event. What would I do differently? I would put more time into creating an eye-catching booth. I noticed the two booths I was next to had way more visually interesting booths. One even had a physical game with inflatable dice. I had to make up for my lackluster booth with my winning personality. Now let's talk about Steam Next Fest. This was my first time participating, and honestly, it was a whole different experience compared to a physical convention. I took a more passive approach, focusing on streaming an interesting video of gameplay and streaming a couple of my videos on YouTube, which let me tell you was quite a learning curve to set up. Figuring out how to stream on Steam was more confusing than I had originally anticipated. I'm used to platforms like Twitch and YouTube, but Steam has its own quirks. I spent more time than I'd like to admit just getting the stream to work properly. But once it was up and running, it was totally worth it. While the interaction is more passive compared to a convention, you still get eyes on your game. Players can hop in, watch your gameplay, and wishlist the game right from the stream. The results of Steam Next Fest? Not bad for a first try. I got a good amount of traffic, several people wishlisted the game, but I know next time I need to be more active during the event to really engage the audience. Having an interesting stream will bring more people in. I could create a little game to engage people in the stream, or even do a stream plays of my game that I'm doing for Steam Next Fest. All in all, marketing my game at conventions and through Steam Next Fest has been a huge learning experience. There's a lot to take in, but it's worth it to get your game in front of people. If you are an indie dev thinking about doing the same, my advice is to go for it. There's no better feedback than real-world experience. At times we can feel awkward trying to share our games to people, but if we can learn to scream it from the rooftops, this thing can become more than just a hobby. If you want to check out It's a Game Changer, it's available on Steam right now. Be sure to stay tuned for more content where I'll share more tips on game development and what it's like working as an indie dev. See you in the next video.